All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen, for another live stream. We've got a lot of news to go through, so we're going to be pumping through all of that, and can't wait to see what comments you guys have in regards to those news. Heaps to go through. So many different bits and pieces were dropping left, right, and center yesterday. And then on top of that, there was the whole Mbappe news as well, which pretty much took over the entire video yesterday for me. I couldn't. There was no way I could fit Mbappe news and all of the other Chelsea news, the whole of technical directors, sporting director, director of recruitment, director of operations, directors. There's plenty of directors flying around, so we're going to talk about that. Of course, we're going to talk about Reece James' injury update as well. We're going to talk about Jude Bellingham. There's some news about that. A whole heap of transfer news. There's some comments from Mason Mount, saying that, why not? Why not Chelsea win the Champions League? Yeah, we'll talk about that. There was an article from Matt Law talking about how, Graham Potter has had one-on-ones with many Chelsea players. In fact, all of the Chelsea players. And everyone seems to be very much... liking Graham Potter's approach. So we're going to talk about that. Heaps of you guys are saying Barcelona in the bun. Do you know what? I was hoping Barca was going to lose against Inter Milan. I was so... it was literally minutes away that they were going to lose. And then they equalized right at the end again, courtesy of Lewandowski. Lewandowski is just, inevitable. And I was just waiting. If Inter had won, I would have gone live straight away and would have laughed at Barcelona big time, because had Inter won, then that's it. Barcelona would have gone to Europa, and they're still potentially going to go to Europa. It's a big possibility that they will. It doesn't really even matter what they do in the remaining two matches. If Inter Milan ends up winning against Victoria Plzen, then it is game over. So look out for that stream. As soon as Inter beats Victoria Plzen, I think I'll go live and we'll celebrate together this Barcelona team, man. They deserve to be in the mud. All those economic levers, this, that, the other. They even had the audacity to ask UEFA if they can get the payment for next season's Champions League already this season. I mean, these guys are so broke. So it's good. We'll do that live, definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, over 50 of you guys are live already. We're going to start the show and go through all the news. Smash the like button as soon as you're coming through. Would love to get 50 likes immediately. We'll try and get to 100. And if we can get to 200 likes at the end of this stream, which will be fantastic. We'll probably go for about half an hour or so. We're 3 minutes into it. Okay, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea all or nothing. How do you feel about that? Big up to you, Matthew Lee, Benjamin. Big up to Roby as well. Siddharth, good to see you as well. Valan, good to see you. Damien Duff, RA. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, how do you feel about Chelsea all or nothing? I'm down for this, man. I feel like, why not? I want to see what happens behind the scenes. I really want to see who are the more vocal people, who are the leaders, and what conversations are taking place, the managers and this, that, the other. Would have been interesting under the Thomas Tuchel era, but obviously there was so much going on. Maybe it's fine that we didn't have the all or nothing with the ownership, sanctions and whatnot. But I'm down for all or nothing, man. This is the latest coming from Ben Jacobs in regards to this. Chelsea in the mix for an all or nothing series under Roman Abramovich. Club made it very clear they had absolutely no interest in being featured. Yet senior Amazon sources tell me they'll go back to the club and believe the new American owners have an appetite to be filmed. I think so. I wouldn't be surprised if Todd Bowley and Clear Lake Capital, the group, have some sort of an appetite for this, because one, it's good publicity. Regardless of what you say, whether you have a bad season or not, it's always good publicity with these all or nothing series. Like, you're guaranteed to make some good money. I mean, I think Arsenal made about 11 to 15 million, something like that. Why not? Why not make that level of money? It gets the Chelsea's brand out there even more. And Americans love these sort of things, man. And to be honest, I've enjoyed all of these all or nothing series. I've watched the Man City one. I'm in the process of watching the Arsenal one. They are a vibe and a half. They really are. You get to see what's behind the scenes as well. You get to see, as I said, who are the leaders, who are doing all the talking, and the little sub stories are always very, very interesting. Matthew Lee Benjamin saying, "I don't mind it." Siddharth is saying, "Not a fan, bro. To be honest, I don't know." Siddharth, have you watched Man City's All or Nothing? Check that out, man. That was sensational. Some of the conversations Pep was having, how his thought process around Liverpool at that time. Check it out, man. Check it out before you knock it. Amazon also want to do a series with Newcastle, which could well come first, but there is no agreement yet in place. PIF have some reservations, and one guarantees there will be no anti-Saudi angle. There you go. Obviously, PIF will ensure that that's not what goes down. Some of their fans, and also not just their fans, and people from outside, they've got reservations, around the PIF situation with Saudis. So that's completely understandable. Mish, I'd have loved to see Chelsea All or Nothing for last season. Yeah, man, that would have been epic. But I can understand why that probably wouldn't have happened as well with the ownership sanctions and whatnot. But can you imagine if it happened? Wow, that would have been fantastic. To be honest, I don't think All or Nothing because I don't like All or Nothing because I believe when a camera shines on anyone, it changes them as people. Now, that's what I thought as well, but they do it in a manner where really you don't know they're around. Like, have a look at the Man City one, have a look at the Arsenal one, especially when they're in the dressing room. They do it in a manner that they're not in your face. Do you know what I mean? So obviously then there's all these other interviews that happen. Of course, that's when you know they're in your face. The camera is there, but generally inside the dressing room, you wouldn't know. Okay, Miz, I love it. Yeah. Love this channel. Keep it up, my bro. Thank you so much, Jaden. Appreciate, man. But yeah, looks like some of you guys are very, very keen on it. I'm okay with it as well. So it'll be interesting if it ever happens, and when it does drop, I think it'll be very, very interesting. Okay, next up, ladies and gentlemen, Reece James injury update. Reece James injury not serious, should be back at the very latest for the Manchester United game. Further recovery time tests needed, but could even be much sooner than United. That's fantastic. Our next two matches in the Premier League is Aston Villa, obviously, that's coming up in the weekend, and then midweek next week, Brentford. And I think the one after that is Man United. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's what the fixture is. Let me have a quick look at the fixtures. In between, there could be Champions League fixtures. I could be wrong. No. So it's Aston Villa, Brentford, and Man United. So there is a week off for Champions League. And then after Man United, it's Salzburg. So yeah, if he is back by the Man United game, we need him back. I need him to play against Man United. 100% need Reece James to play against Man United. I think we can do without him against Aston Villa and perhaps Brentford. It is interesting though. Like, I don't know if I want to use Azpilicueta for the next two games on a regular basis. I would entertain Ruben Loftus-Cheek perhaps there, because he's played that role under Thomas Tuchel, and he's done a very good job, and he's got that physicality, that pace. I would definitely opt for Ruben Loftus-Cheek to get an opportunity there. Look, I don't mind if Azpilicueta plays against Aston Villa in the right wing back position, obviously instead of Reece James due to the injury. But I wouldn't mind seeing Ruben Loftus-Cheek if we have to go without Reece James against Brentford, because I feel like Azpilicueta against Brentford, physical sort of physicality wise, could be a bit of an issue. But yeah, it's good that it's not a long-term thing. Reece James could be back in 10 days. According to indications, Reece will undergo a definitive scan on Thursday, but it's understood he was not in significant pain today. And he was pictured sort of hanging about in Milan. I think rest of the team left, and he probably just wanted a day more at Milan just to enjoy the situation, enjoy a bit of a holiday, and he was granted that. And he was seen, taking pictures with other fans and so on and so forth. So it's probably not bad. And he even tweeted out himself that, it doesn't look like it's a long-term thing, and he should be back very, very soon, which is great news for us. Breaking: Barcelona have just pulled another lever, the Europa League lever. 100%, man. Wow, good to see my favorite YouTuber, Ms. More Grace, bro. Thank you so much, my man. We want 100 likes, people. Yeah, come on, guys. Over 125 people live right now. Smash the like button. Get those likes up to 100 immediately. And then we're going to try and aim for 200. If you're enjoying this and you always enjoy the channel, make sure you smash the like button. We'd love to see Bellingham at Chelsea, and I'm now growing in confidence that we will win the race. Yeah, look, we will talk about Jude Bellingham. Best believe, I think one of the midfielders are going to go. Whether it's Jorginho, whether it's Kante, maybe even both. I think Kante is probably going to go on a free, man. I get the feeling Barcelona is going to line up a free deal. We're apparently now only going to give him 1 year plus 1 year option. So 1 year contract with a option to trigger another one. So I think it was a lot more before that. And he's looking for 3-4 years. I don't think it's going to happen with Kante, but we'll talk all about that down the track. If Potter can promote someone like Dion Rankin in the first team, few minutes here and there as a wingback, man, I really want to start doing some watch-alongs for these academy matches as well. But I think some of those matches sometimes clash when Premier League matches are on. So let's see if I can catch some academy matches. I think it'll be good for all of us to get to know some of these academy players at a deeper level and who's upcoming and whatnot. Why not Ben Chilwell on the left and Cucurella on the right? Yeah, that's an option, but is that a natural thing for Cucurella to play on the right? Probably not. I mean, when you've got Azpilicueta there, he's going to get the first shot. And then I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek is a good shout as well. Ms., what's the difference between sporting director and head of recruitment? We're going to get to that. I think that's the next news. Let's talk about all of that. Even I don't know all of these different. Okay, let's talk about the next stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday, in regards to Chelsea's directors, it's all about directors. Whole heap of news that was dropping yesterday. Sporting director, technical director, director of recruitment, operations director. Honestly speaking, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know the difference of all of this. All I sort of felt previously thinking, is there too many cooks? Do you know what I mean? Is there too many chefs in the kitchen? But I'm starting to think maybe it's required, because the way Todd Bowley is thinking about Chelsea Football Club and the multi-dimensional structure, not just Chelsea, he's thinking about buying a club in Portugal, thinking about buying a club in Belgium, thinking about buying a club in Brazil, and really create that multi-dimensional structure, have Chelsea as the focus and have all these other ownership of all these other clubs. You probably do need many people to take care of the entire thing. There needs to be like board of directors for all of this. So I kind of get why Todd Bowley is going out there and trying to get all of these people, because it's probably needed. Now, what is the difference between sporting director? What is the difference between a technical director? Now, I only figured that out a few days ago, and it was through someone on Twitter. So I'm not really sure whether how accurate it is, but it made a bit of sense to me. Sporting director is basically the mediator between the manager and the owner, and they really look out for the next upcoming transfer and the transfer window after that, maybe 2 transfers, and they're the mediator. They are the ones who talk to the manager, understand what sort of philosophy do you want to play, and then they go and plan out the next 2 transfers, and then they have the conversation with the owner, right? Technical director is much broader, a lot broader. They don't just look at the next 2, they look at 3, 4, 5 transfer windows down the track. They look at the overarching, not just Chelsea Football Club, but they will be looking at all the other clubs that Chelsea own at the end of the day, and they're going to ensure the philosophy across all those different clubs are aligned. They're going to ensure that not just the transfer philosophy, but the playing philosophy is all aligned. They're going to make sure that academy, the women's team, everyone has the same sort of belief structure. So it's a lot more broader. It's not just Chelsea Football Club and just for the next upcoming few transfer windows. And then the guy that we're getting, Christopher Vivell, who's the technical director in the Red Bull group, he's done a madness. He's done a madness for Red Bull. This is why, Salzburg, then you've got Leipzig, and you've got the American, the Red Bull teams over there. This is why it's all sort of, they've been doing really well. And one of the main guys behind all of that is Christopher Vivell. He's the technical director. Now, in regards to director of recruitment, I don't know, because we've got Kyle McCauley as well, who's been brought from Brighton by Graham Potter. It will be a shame if we were to sack him now, because why did we bring him forward? So look, director of recruitment, does that mean you're the head guy across all the different clubs that Chelsea is going to own? You're the head of all the recruitment. You're the director, basically. People, all those different clubs, whoever the head of recruitment are, they're going to report to the director of recruitment. I mean, look, it's mad. And apparently now we're looking at even an director of operations. So let's check out the news, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking: Chelsea have spoken to Norwich sporting director Stuart Webber, with Todd Bowley looking at him. Now, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't want to knock this guy straight away because I don't know too much about what he's done. From looking at Norwich's team, Buendia, maybe, Cantwell, I don't know who else did that. It's not like they got ballers. They were able to get ballers, and I get it. It's Norwich, so it's not like they can go out there and find all these gems and whatnot. But if it's a sporting director, I'm more than willing to wait for Michael Edwards, man. There's rumors that Michael Edwards will take over at Chelsea Football Club as a sporting director, but just not now. He won't do it now. He wants the sabbatical. He wants some time off. And I'm okay. I'm okay to wait for that. I don't necessarily have to get Luis Campos as well. If he's available and he wants to come in and we don't want to wait around for Michael Edwards, or we get Luis Campos for the time being, do you know what I mean, for that 1 year span, fine. But I don't think Luis Campos is going to leave PSG when he's just started doing the project over there. You know what I mean? I'm more than willing to wait for Michael Edwards because I think he is the real deal. I don't know who this brother is, Stuart Webber. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, how do you guys feel about this? I'm not entirely convinced with this name. Norwich brother to come in and be the sporting director of Chelsea Football Club. But apparently there's a lot of hype about him. People are saying that he's like a huge deal. So I don't know. And this is coming from The Athletic as well. Let's see what you guys have to say, ladies and gentlemen. Shubra, good to see you, my man. We have better options out there. 100% agree. I hope we wait for Michael Edwards. Agree with that as well. Rather wait a bit longer than get the Norwich one. Yeah, man. And what sort of players has he really got at Norwich? Do you know what I mean? Do anyone really stand out? Pookie, I don't know, man. I don't know. Seriously, I don't know. Norwich fans hate him too. Great Ahian. Good to see you, my man. Great Ahian. Lovely to see you. Hope you're doing well, man. Chelsea want to buy Rafinha. Barca hijacks. Chelsea wants to buy. I know this is going around. This is a meme at the moment. Barca hijacks. Christians. Chelsea are not in form and on their way to Europa League. Barca again hijacks that. Yeah, I get that. We're gonna celebrate when Barcelona goes to Europa League. Yeah, I agree. Todd might be only talking to him. Yeah, man. So yeah, that was the first news that came out yesterday in regards to this directorship situation. Next one that came out was this one. This one's probably a little bit more exciting. Chelsea incoming head of recruitment, Joe Shields, Most famous projects: Jadon Sancho, Michael Olise, Romeo Lavia. This is from the Athletic as well. This is the picture. This is this guy's name, Joe Shields. He's been able to bring all these, some of these not Michael Olise, Romeo Lavia to Southampton. I think he is in Southampton at the moment, Joe Shields, but he's fine to leave and join Chelsea Football Club. But I don't get this. And this is where I need your help, ladies and gentlemen, in the live chat. Over 170 live right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please get the likes up to 100 immediately, and then we're going to chase 200. So if you're enjoying this, smash the like button. I mean, guys, what is head of recruitment? I mean, who's Kyle McCauley then? Who's Kyle McCauley who's been brought by Graham Potter from Brighton? I thought he's head of recruitment as well. I mean, I don't know, man. Joe Shields, head of recruitment, great. Like, looks like these are some sensational names. Do you know what I mean? Michael Olise, Lavia. I know Sancho's not doing well now, but Sancho is also very, he was killing it at Dortmund. Do you know what I mean? Man United, look, yeah, it is what it is. It's probably getting found out now, but Lavia and Michael Olise, these guys are genuinely very, very good players. So what does it mean for Kyle McCauley? I mean, where does this guy fit in? Is he going to be more of a head of recruitment across all of the different clubs that we're going to own, or is it just going to be for Chelsea? It's interesting. Let's see what you guys have to say. People not getting roles. Are you those bots who understand and follow King's rule? Robin, you're always arguing and fighting. For once, just have a normal conversation. And don't worry about arguments. Don't worry about who said this, just calm down. That's all I'm saying. Calm yourself down, man. You're always looking for a fight, and I don't get it, man. I don't get why. AC Milan are interested in Chelsea midfielder Ruben Loftus-Cheek, whose contract runs until 2024. Yeah, look, I don't buy that. I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek, for the timing, is going to stick around unless, again, we start seeing that there is no need for Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and then we can think about that. Right now, I like the Ruben that we are seeing, and his versatility is very good. Himanshu, man, so many of these jobs look like even I could get in one. Is Joe Shields head of recruitment of the academy team or the first team? Yeah, that's an interesting one. Then what's Neil Bath? Like, I thought Neil Bath is also some sort of a recruitment guy as well. Do you know what I mean? Could be the first team and the academy both need their own head of recruitment. Okay, fair enough. Hi, Miz, my plane just landed. Switched you on straight away, my man. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing well, my man. I think Callum McCauley knows what type of players Potter wants. Maybe he will just be the mediator between him and the head of recruitment. I mean, so many mediators. Mediator between Potter and Bowley, mediator between Potter and the directors. Yeah, I hope I'm okay. If you want to get all these people, I'm okay. But I just hope that we understand, like, there is a proper role, and yeah, people are not just there just for the sake of being there. Do you know what I mean? Like, it will seem very, very strange. Recruitment of Chelsea chefs. First team, he was academy guy before, but now he has been promoted. Fair enough. Okay, so obviously that was one of the news. The next news, as the day went on, Chelsea want to hire a director of football operations. Now, here's another position, ladies and gentlemen. I have no idea what this position is all about. Director of football operations. As well, with Todd Bowley likely to look towards baseball for this. Chelsea want to hire a director of football operations. What's his name? Tom Glick? Is his name Tom Glick, that Man City guy who got that other Man City guy who ended up dirty text messages and got himself sacked recently, whoever that guy was. But Tom Glick was the one who hired him because of his connections with Man City. Tom Glick is apparently the guy who's now taken in charge to look for which another club to purchase. I think apparently the word is Todd Bowley's giving him the powers to go and look for a club and scout it all out, do all the research, and present the PowerPoint presentation to Todd Bowley as to which club to buy. Apparently he's the head of operations, wasn't he? Wasn't his role head of operations? And then now we've got director of football operations. Is this guy going to be, I suppose, his manager, and he's going to be the head of director across all the football clubs that we're going to end up buying? It's mad, man. It's mad. I don't know what's going on, but it all sounds very important. It all sounds very, very important. Chelsea hiring season. Here we go. Let's try to get the head of fan recruitment job. The guy who got the messages to Kim. Yeah, that's the one. Camera recruiters. Yeah, let's get the camera recruiters. Maybe head of canteen, director of the canteen, director of the ticket guy, the front of the gates. Why not? Director of the IT team. Let's do it all. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's all that was in regards to all sorts of director sort of stuff. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty in regards to some transfer news. Chelsea have notified Dortmund they are willing to pay more than 100 million euros to sign Jude Bellingham. This is legit. I then tweeted out. Look at this. 100 million for Bellingham, 100 million for Declan Rice, 100 million for Leao, 300 million for Mbappe. Great meal, Bowley, and throw in Nkunku as well. Look, I don't know how Todd Bowley is going to do this. Honestly, how you're going to get 100 million for Bellingham? We're interested with Leao. There's talks about Mbappe, how Todd Bowley wants a superstar. Declan Rice rumors never going away. Nah, it's mad. Like, honestly, how are we meant to be doing all of these players? But you best believe there is a midfielder coming. I think either one of N'Golo Kante or Jorginho, they're going to go. Maybe even both. N'Golo Kante wants 3-4 years as part of his new contract, minimum, because it is going to be his last contract. But Chelsea are apparently now only offering one plus an option for another, so 2 years max, because of his injury issues. Barcelona are only going to be apparently focusing on free agents for the upcoming transfer windows. I have a feeling N'Golo Kante could be picked up by Barcelona. I have a feeling this is probably going to be the last season for N'Golo Kante. I don't think Kante is going to get that contract that he wants so badly from Chelsea Football Club, 3-4 years. And also then there's Jorginho. He's in his final year. So you best believe there will be a midfielder coming. Whether it's Bellingham, whether it's Rice, I don't know. There will be midfielders coming. Yes, and I do know we've got Cesar Casady, we've got Shukamika, Ruben Loftus-Cheek's doing well. Dennis Zakaria, brother, I don't know what you're doing at Chelsea Football Club. By now, you should probably know the message. You probably need to leave already. You should have already gone. Dennis Zakaria can't get a minute, man. I don't know whether he's fit. He seems to be in the Champions League squad. But right now, you're probably not going to get any minutes. So Zakaria, please pack your bags as soon as you can and proceed to the exit door and go back to Juventus. Look, we're probably going to get maybe one of Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham, ladies and gentlemen, is the real deal. There is no doubt about that. Jude Bellingham is the real deal. This guy apparently has one of the very few teenagers, along with Erling Haaland and a few other names, Mbappe, who have now scored 4 back-to-back Champions League goals in 4 matches or something like that, or 3 matches. Out of the teenagers. Is he the captain of Dortmund as well lately? I've seen that he's captaining Dortmund at the age of 19. This is a serious baller. This is a serious baller. He, as I've said previously, I think he can play 6. I think he can play 8. I think he can even play 10. Not suited, 10. Definitely an 8. That's his suit. That's where he belongs. He could definitely play 6. Real Madrid apparently are hot on his heels as well. Can you imagine? Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Jude Bellingham. They will literally replace Modric, Cruz, and Casemiro. We need to be in the mix. If we can get Jude Bellingham, man, ooh, that is a statement. That would be a statement. And you're right, Valverde as well. Real Madrid got Valverde. But yeah, let me know what you guys feel about it. De Jong or Bellingham? Ooh, tough question, Digital. I feel like they're a bit different. I feel De Jong is a lot more, from his passing sense, a lot more technical from a passing standpoint. Bellingham probably more of the athlete. Not to say Bellingham is not good with his passing ranges. Bellingham is definitely capable of passing as well. You don't play for Dortmund if you're not good with your passing ability. Probably Jude Bellingham. Oh, man, I like De Jong as well. I do like De Jong a lot, man. But maybe Jude Bellingham because of being a lot more younger, I suppose, right? Bellingham. I think the live chat is also saying Bellingham as well. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, don't be surprised if we get one of Declan Rice or Jude Bellingham, because we will need to revamp. We will need to revamp the midfield. Now, Todd Bowley and Leipzig CEO. Let me just take that out. Okay. Todd Bowley and Leipzig CEO Oliver Mintzlaff. Todd Bowley loves the Red Bull team, doesn't he? He absolutely loves the Red Bull organization. Mintzlaff have been meeting for a coffee in London. This guy, bro. This guy. If it's not a meal, it's a coffee, it's a pancake, it's a croissant, it's this guy, all he does is having meals. I wonder how much he weighs, man, Todd Bowley. Yeah, I need to look at it for your weight, brother. The cholesterol as well, do you know what I mean? In this age, it can be quite dangerous. Todd Bowley and Leipzig CEO Oliver Mintzlaff have been meeting for a coffee in London sometimes. Christopher Nkunku should be wrapped up before the World Cup. Oh, my days. Oh, my days. This is sensational from Chelsea Football Club. This really is. If we are able to wrap up Christopher Nkunku before the World Cup, that level of transaction I've never seen before. Do you know what I mean? Like, to have something wrapped up before the window even starts. Obviously, it will be official once the window starts. I like that attitude from Chelsea Football Club. I really do. If we know there is a guaranteed ex-player coming, and I think it's good for Nkunku as well, for his mindset, fantastic. And Josko Vardiol is expected to follow him, according to Sports Bill. I mean, wow. Christopher Nkunku, Vardiol. If Vardiol comes through, I think that might be the end of Thiago Silva. And recently, Thiago Silva was asked about contract extension. And he was sort of saying, look, I can't think about it, all of that now. Obviously, Chelsea season is still happening, of course, and World Cup just around the corner. Could potentially be Thiago Silva's last season. I would love to see him for one more season. I really would, if we can get Thiago Silva for one more season. But maybe Vardiol, perhaps Azpilicueta, he's moving on at the end of this season. Could be Azpi's last season. What happens to all the other players that we have in our ranks? You know, Ampadu, Lewa Colwell, but like, it's mad. It's mad. Look, maybe there is a reason to get Vardiol. Definitely, if we continue with 3 at the back, which looks like something Graham Potter doesn't mind using on a regular basis. Obviously, he does switch it around to 4 at times, but 3 is something that he definitely likes. But look, sensational effort from Todd Bowley if he's able to wrap up Christopher Nkunku before the World Cup and then Vardiol to follow after that. I mean, with everything Todd Bowley is doing in terms of creating a great structure for Chelsea Football Club, the multi-dimensional facet of it as well, buying other clubs, getting all these directors, whether we like it or not, how many different directors. He's trying to create a structure, do you know what I mean? And a successful structure to make Chelsea Football Club an elite organization, which is fantastic to see. Okay, next, some cheesy comments, but why not? Let's have these comments. This is from Mason Mount. Mason Mount says Chelsea can win the Champions League again. We want to go all the way. until the end, I feel with our squad, we can do that. We have a lot of confidence, but we are also humble. Maybe we are not favorites, but that was the same when we won it. First of all, massive shout out to Mason Mount. He's been rocking lately. He's not just back, but my days, he's back with a bang. He's gone to a different level. I just hope he can continue this level. I feel like maybe he understands his role a lot better. He's looking for those key passes a lot more. He's trying to find Sterling. He's trying to find Aubameyang. There's probably a good connection between him and Aubameyang being built. And I'm liking the Mason Mount, the version that we're seeing now. Maybe the kick up the backside with Conor Gallagher, performing well against Crystal Palace, probably really woke him up. Someone just needs to now wake up Kai Havertz because he's on sleep mode. But going back to this, why not? Why not? Do you know when I get excited? I get excited when I see this, brother. When I see Mason Mount hater saying love Mason Mount confidence. Everyone, wherever you are, clap. Put the clap emoticon, put the clap emoji for Mason Mount hater. When Mason Mount hater comes out and says these sort of things about Mason Mount, I love it, man. I love it. I love the confidence. Why shouldn't we believe? I know not that long ago, we weren't looking good, but in the last few matches, something drastically has clicked. We just need to obviously stay humble, 100%, but something sincerely has definitely clicked with Chelsea Football Club, and we continue with this. Don't want any slip up against Aston Villa. Don't want any slip up against Brentford. We carry on like that in the Champions League as well. Got to beat Salzburg. Got to beat Zagreb. Zagreb definitely got to take revenge on Zagreb. They beat us 1-0. We need to square things up. And if we beat Salzburg, we potentially end up coming first. I think we definitely ensure we come first. So why not? Why not? It's not going to be easy, of course. But if we continue playing the way we have against AC Milan, albeit AC Milan injury-ravaged team and the red card for Tomori, but we are calm. We've got this sort of feel about our game now where we're playing with a lot of calmness, and we're doing very well defensively and offensively. So why not, man? Why not? Let's go as far as possible in the Champions League. Obviously, City are going to be a huge threat. PSG are always a threat, but PSG could self-implode like always. Bayern Munich, massive threat all the time. So, look, we'll see, man. I think even this season, look out for some dark horses. Benfica, Dortmund, as always. You can't discount teams like Liverpool, of course. Do you know what I mean? Real Madrid, how can we discount Real Madrid? Real Madrid, the reigning champions at the moment. So it's not going to be easy, but at the same time, we must believe. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, smash the like button. Nearly 300 Napoli. Yo, Mason Mount hater, Shubra. Yes, Tabang, Napoli. Look out for Napoli. Yes. I actually want to do a lot more watch-alongs for Napoli, man. I really do. There's quite a few players I like from there, man. Raspadori. I like Raspadori, man. Raspadori's good. Victor Osimhen. Kavicha. Kavachvili, or however you want. I call him Kavicha. Kavicha, that's how I call him. He's a sensational player there. Anguissa, like they've got some, big time players, 100%. Want to look out for Napoli, definitely. Okay, Graham Potter held one-on-one conversations with everyone following his appointment, and Mount is understood to have found his particularly instructive and helpful. Players are also no longer have the fear of being screamed at from the sideline. Now, look, I respect what he does. I don't agree with a lot of stuff that Matt Law says, especially when it's opinion pieces and this, that, the other. Look, I definitely believe Graham Potter has done, from a communication standpoint, I think he's far more personable with the players. Maybe he gets to their level and he talks to them, and it's not all about just training ground and whatnot. I feel his level of communication may be an edge above Thomas Tuchel. But Thomas Tuchel, we saw him in press conference. It's not like he's a poor communicator. He can definitely communicate, but maybe he fell out on some of the players. I don't know. Maybe there was a division, whereas maybe Graham Potter. But it's early days. Who knows down the track with Graham Potter? This is what I mean. When adversity comes, how is Graham Potter going to be able to handle that? Look, players no longer have the fear of being screamed at from the sideline. I mean, some of the stuff that some of the players were doing when Thomas Tuchel was around, it probably deserved screaming, man. It did deserve screaming because some of the stuff that they were doing was ridiculous. Now, whether that is Thomas Tuchel's fault for not being able to convey his message properly to the players, maybe. Graham Potter on the other side doesn't come across someone who is that screaming kind of guy. Do you know what I mean? So, look, in this day and age, in the modern era, maybe some of these players, they need to be treated differently, and perhaps Graham Potter is the right guy. But I don't want to sit here and talk down on Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel did a madness for us. Let's be honest. When he first took over, he did a madness. We won the Champions League. We then ended up coming third as well from where we were under Frank Lampard. Last season, it wasn't just Thomas Tuchel's fault, man. Like, yes, there were times where we should have played a lot better, but adversities, man. There were times we were playing good. Chilwell injury killed us. Reece James injury killed us. Lukaku debacle killed us. Sanctions killed us. Ownership situations killed us. His personal situation, going through a divorce, killed him. The injuries, the COVID situation, so many players. We were one of the teams that didn't have a suspension. Like, we kept on going. Other teams didn't play for like 2, 3, 4 weeks at times. Do you know what I mean? Spurs, I think, had like 3 weeks off because they didn't have enough players. So, look, I don't want to sit here and bash Thomas Tuchel, but look, I appreciate what Graham Potter's doing. And I think he's definitely doing something good, and something that the players are responding to, which is great to see. Now, I want to see how long they respond to this, because I've seen this previously where managers, they have a really good run, and then as soon as adversity hits, it goes a bit sideways. So that's where I'm not saying I'm waiting for that situation, because I want Graham Potter to continue on and do well, and Chelsea doing well. We're all happy, so happy as the fan base. But that adversity will come, and how we handle that adversity, that will be the interesting part to see. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. That's all the news. So much we've gone through. If you've just tuned in, check back from the beginning. Went through a whole heap of different stuff. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Tuchel is in India. Yes, he's in Kerala at the moment. Apparently, that's one of his favorite holiday spots. So, nice one, man. BJB, Thomas Tuchel in India, Kerala. If some people can get some photos, send it over, man. Send it over. Smash the like button before you go. We've got 100 likes. If you can bump it up to 200 immediately, that would be great. And if you're here for the first time, make sure you subscribe. Whole heap of football coming up over the weekend. A whole heap of live shows, watch-alongs, you name it. Later on tonight, UK time, about 8:30, 9 p.m., we'll drop another shorter video talking about the latest news of today at the end of the day. So do look out for that. Miz, you talked about COVID. I think Tuchel won the Champions League because of COVID, because without COVID during that period, most teams would perform better. Yeah, this man was in a Champions League final with PSG just a year before that. Look, I mean, each to their own. If you think we wouldn't have won because of that, it's up to you. Anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Until next time, see ya.